Today's weekend whiskey is going to be a bit different. I just got back from a trip to República Dominicana, the Dominican Republic, and we picked up a couple of bottles. Mamajuana. Now, if you know what Mamajuana is, you know what Mamajuana does. So, we are not going to try all three. The differences in these bottles I will explain, but we are going to try this one right here, the Kalimbu or Kalimbo. I'm not sure if that's an O or a U, but the Kalimbu Mamajuana. And as you see, we don't have a Glencairn. We have a shot glass from Punta Cana, which is where we went. I'm not sure if we're going to give it a smell score, taste score, and pourability score, but we are going to see what it's like. All right, so since this is a special edition of Weekend Whiskey, kind of gonna go into a little bit. Like, the first thing you will notice about these bottles, all three of them are different. You may not notice much of a difference between these two, but they are different. And this one is obviously different because there's not a bunch of sticks in it or whatever. But my understanding of what Mamajuana is it's a Dominican drink where they take a bunch of sticks and herbs and spices that's only grown there, and they mix it with wine, they mix it with rum and honey, and they let it sit for weeks. Now, the process of it, you pour it out, then you redo the process, and then that next batch is the one you want. Kind of like this one. So the biggest difference between this bottle and these two is I bought this bottle here in the United States, and it didn't come with any of the alcohol in it. It was just this bottle of sticks, twigs, leaves, spices, herbs. And I made it myself. I started doing this about a year ago. I stopped doing it. When I initially did it, I did it with red wine, some possibly Captain Morgan and honey, but ever since then, I've pretty much just been doing it with straight rum and honey, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, this one and this one I got from the Dominican Republic. I got this one from a store down there and this one from the duty-free shop. And I'm interested in trying this one because it doesn't have any of the sticks and twigs and all the stuff in there. And I'm wondering if this is just going to be a watered down version of what this is. Now, this is pretty much, if you're down in the Dominican Republic and you're looking for Mamajuana, this is kind of what you're going to get. I didn't really see too much like this. This is what you're going to get. And what this is just pretty much Mamajuana in its raw form. I don't even think this has been dumped yet. Like, I think this is the first batch because when you taste it, it's really cough syrupy. It's really cough syrupy. So it hasn't been refined, and that's how the first batch tastes. It's like you taste all the science. But what this does do, don't know if you can read it, but it says aphrodisiac. Take a shot of this. No, you know what? Be wild. Take a couple of shots of this. You and your lady. And y'all gonna be on each other like white on rice, if you know what I'm saying. This stuff gets you going. Forget a honey pack, this is the honey pack. I know from experience with this bottle specifically, I had a different bottle down in the Dominican Republic. Obviously, once I opened it, I couldn't bring it back, so I didn't do the refill process with it. But yeah, this stuff, drink it, 5 minutes later, you're like, I'm trying to look, you know. This one, just because it doesn't have the sticks and all the stuff in there, I'm thinking this is just kind of like their manufactured bottle that they just kick out to people that's just like, ooh, Mamajuana, I got some. So I'm gonna try this one. This one right here, It's not as potent as this. My Mamajuana is not as potent as this. This probably isn't even Dominican. I mean, it says Don Xavier on it. I don't know. I don't know the brand, so I'm not gonna diss them. But yeah, it tastes good. I like the taste of it, but it's not this stuff. This stuff you could tell this is just like, oh, they grew this with different soil, you know. But today we are gonna try this one right here. We're gonna do a shot glass. This is not a drink you want to sip. This is a drink you want to do a shot of. Because again, it gets you in that mode. I mean, you are gonna be like, I'm ready to pop something. At least with this one. I don't know about this one. I think this is gonna be like, I could drink a cup of this, but I don't know. And there's nobody in the house with me right now, so there's, you know, not gonna be any hunching in this video, you know. But yeah, we're gonna see if this is just like, if it hits, what it does. So I'm not gonna take a shot of these. I'm gonna save this one for a special night. And this right here, I'm just gonna kind of let it sit. I may end up turning to this, because this I do drink, you know, like a few shots of it, and you know, it's not too crazy. But this one right here, let's see how this one goes. Okay, so the Kalimbu Premium Blend Mamajuana. Now, at the duty free shop, this was $20, so I don't have high hopes for it, because this bottle was like $15. So, and granted, you know, everything's a bargain down there until you get into the airport and they're like, no, price is the price. But yeah, I'm like, but if this is way bigger than that, I'm thinking that this is lower quality. Even though it says premium blend, it's just the marketing of it, and this, I don't know. I don't know. But again, it could hit. I have no idea. Oh. A nice cork. I was expecting a twist off. You know, we could do like, hold on, this smells right. This smells right. This smells like the Mamajuana I had down there. And I guess the difference between this bottle and that one in price is like, once you're done with this bottle, you're done with it. When you're done with this one over here, or this one, you just refill it, and you could do it for up to like 10 years, but I don't think there's any science behind it. But you could reuse this bottle for up to 10 years. Like this one right here, I've been reusing this bottle for at least 1.5 years, 2 years. And the quality is always just as good. So this one, when you're done with it, you're done with it. Maybe that's why it's $20, and maybe that one is 15, because it's like, when you're done with it, yeah, you got to refill, but you're not getting that much of it. So, but it's endless for 10 years. So yeah, let's see the shot glass. Did travel internationally, but let's give it a shot. Let's give it a half shot. All right, so we are gonna start off as we normally would with a smell score, because I was actually surprised by the smell of this. Pourability, I poured a shot, so you know, I couldn't get too crazy with it. Pourability is a 10. All right, this smell. Now this does have the Mamajuana smell. This has the smell of this. This smells really sweet and bitter, but when you drink it, it's bitter. And again, I think that's the first batch. First batch, you want to throw it away when you make it. You can drink it if you just like a gangster like that, but it's harsh. It's harsh. It's just like the wash. You want that second batch where everything is refined and poured through. But this one, you can tell this is like second, third batch stuff. Like this isn't just that first one with all the stuff mixed in there. The smell is pretty good on this. A little bit on the sweeter side, not so woody or spicy, but it does smell like good Mamajuana. Now this is the only this and another brand are the only Mamajuanas I ever had prior to going to the DR, which is my first time. So that's why I got so much. But yeah, as far as comparable, this does smell good. It doesn't smell sharp, it just smells really smooth. I'm only gonna do a half a shot because I don't know how it's gonna get me, assuming this is like good stuff and not just, you know, watered down crap. So smell, For Mamajuana, I'm gonna give it a 9. It doesn't smell as like enticing. It just smells interesting. It smells interesting, like something you know got brown sugar on it. You're like, but should I eat it? You know, it's kind of like that. So let's see. Now that tastes good. That tastes good. It tastes more like if there was a drink for Thanksgiving, like it's in the family of eggnog, but not quite autumn enough. You know, it's like it's closer to December than October of a taste, if that makes any sense. Like it has some fall in there, like there's still some leaves on the ground, but it's definitely snow coming. Yeah, just kind of like that, not necessarily chestnutty, but more of that, you know, that cinnamony, clovey type of taste, but it's not overpowering. It's super subdued and smooth. And if you didn't know what this was, somebody could mess up and drink a lot of this. Now, again, I don't think this one is super potent. This one, my first sip, I was like, like somebody cooked that up in a chemical bottle, you know, which they did, and they cooked it up in that bottle. But my first shot of that one, I was like, oh, that's real. And what's funny is the guy that sold this to us, when we were at the little shop, the one that sold us this, he actually had his own bottle. So he's saying it's the same stuff, but he's like, but I remake mine. So he was using the same thing. He had a big jug of it though, and he had been, there's no telling, it's probably been years since he's been refilling it and doing his own mix with it to get his own flavor, and that tasted heavenly. But what I remember about it was it gave us an immediate kick. Like I was buzzing like 2 minutes after, and I was just like, dang, I'm just, you know, you feeling that? You feeling that like I'm feeling that? And she was like, yeah, I'm feeling that. And we just got it on in the store. No, we didn't. But yeah, but when we tasted this one, which is the actual bottle that we got, it was just very medical tasting, very cough syrup, and yeah, but that just shows that we got to redo the process. It's all in the process, and that's why I got this one, because I'm gonna compare it to this one, because this one is pretty good. The taste on this is fire. I'm not gonna lie. Taste on this is it's a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. Because I think it will trick you into drinking too much of it. And that's the problem with it. But it's good. It's good. While we're at it, and I don't feel a buzz yet. And by this point, the first time I had either this bottle or the shot that the guy gave us, I had a buzz, you know, like pretty quickly. This doesn't overconsume you. I don't know if they have, yeah, the ABV on this is 30%. It's a 60 proof. So yeah, that's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. I could probably drink a cup of that. And this is where you get to the real shit. This doesn't have a proof on it. This gives you nothing. This one says KRLA. Mamajuana is a drink from the Dominican Republic. The specific herbs that make Mamajuana were originally prepared as an herbal tea by the native Taino Indians. And much later in time, after Columbus, alcohol was added to the recipe. Besides being rumored to be an aphrodisiac, as many natives of the Dominican Republic claims that the drink has similar effects, Mamajuana is also consumed for its medicinal value. Alcohol is said to act as a basis of extract, which is extracted healing properties of herbs. Creating an infusion of herbs is served as a shot. Is often served as a shot. The positive health effects ranging from flu remedy, digestion, and help circulation, a blood cleanser, and kidney and liver tonic. Okay, and then it has like the label where it's from. This was produced in Dominican Republic. Yeah, so it does have medicinal effects to it. And I will say now I do feel a little bit of the buzz on it. Let's see if this has anything on it. This is all in Spanish. I'm not even about to embarrass myself. Yeah, but I'm sure. I see proximos, which means close, proximity, or approximate, or proxy. I have no idea. But yeah, so that's that one. That one tastes a 9. Now this one is mine. Now I know for a fact that I didn't put enough honey in this one. And the smell on this one is a lot earthier. And you could tell that I made it myself because it's nasty looking. So, but let's pour it up. And I know this one is kind of steep. And mine is a lot lighter because I went straight rum. And the rum that I used for this one, I want to say I didn't even go a good rum. I think I did Sailor Jerry's just to get the process on this one started. Just a cheap rum, Sailor Jerry's. I didn't put any wine in it, and I put a little bit of honey. And I know I only put a little bit of honey in there because I remember running out of it. So the smell on it is very earthy. Very earthy. Yeah, it's a weird earthy, not grass, not trees. More so if you dug up grains and pulled them from the root and then smelled them, aggressively smelled them, that's what it was, wet vegetation pulled from dirt. That. This smells dirty. This ain't got to the point where it's clean, or I ain't figured out a formula to make it taste super good. I think I need to add more red wine. That's when I liked it the most, and then I kind of stopped because I'm this is just rum. But it doesn't smell like rum. It smells really earthy. Yeah. So smell, I'm gonna give this a 5 on the smell. It's not appetizing. It smells like what you would think the water smells like when they're this is naturally purified water. It's passed through all of the soil and stones. It's the cleanest water you can have. You expect it to smell like this. Okay, it's dirty water. All right, but take a shot of this. And this one, I like it because it's mine. I guess it's just how only a mother could love your face, because it has that earthiness to it. It doesn't taste like rum. It tastes very different. It's not sweet, and that's where I fell off on the honey. And what I also learned is don't put too much honey in it. Don't put too much honey in it. Because then it just tastes like you're drinking honey, and it's a nasty balance. But yeah, that one, I'm gonna get a taste on it. I'm gonna give it an 8 because of familiarity. Yeah, familiarity. Mainly because this is how I know my Mamajuana tastes. And people that have tasted it was just oh, something like this. But it's just I'm I don't think it tastes how it's supposed to taste. And when I got down to the DR, I was yeah, my shit don't taste anything like it's supposed to taste. It's supposed to have a fruity, little sweet. And this is just more put some hair on your chest. Okay, you grew that quick. Now put some hair on your nuts. Let me see your nuts though. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what this what this is. But I like it. Taste is an 8, smells a 5. I'm not gonna go into this one. I'm gonna save this for a special occasion. I don't know, just one of our birthdays. Somebody trying to get pop. But yeah, because that's what that one does. That one is proven freak sauce. And yeah, and I can't say after this shot, I don't feel any sexual arousal or anything like this one made me feel the first time I tried it. So this would definitely be the way to go. If you go down to the Dominican Republic, get the one with the roots and everything in it. And you can put it in your check bag or go through the duty free. They have them like that. This one just a cool drink to have. I'm cultured. I've been to the Dominican Republic. Do you want some Mamajuana? You could do it with that. But I don't think that's it's not this. And quite frankly, it's not this. this hits hard because I know what liquor is in here. So yeah. So if I had to rank them, I'm going to put this at number 2, this at number 1, and this at number 3. So that probably reads backwards, but yeah, this one, because this is straight from the source, how it's supposed to be made, still being made, still being cooked up. This one, because it's pretty much the same, but it's like I'm cooking this up how I want to cook it up at this point. This will eventually become that. And this one is just manufactured. It's the Walmart of Mamajuana. In fact, the reason that I bought this bottle at the duty-free shop was because I saw a huge billboard that said Kalimbo is Dominican Republic and Dominican Republic is Mamajuana, you know, something like that. So that's why I got this one. But it's good. It's good. It's a good drink to give somebody and to have on deck. It's just a matter of, with it being 60 proof, it's like it ain't kicking like it's supposed to. I don't know what the proof is supposed to be, but this isn't kicking like it's supposed to be. And that's because it doesn't have everything in there still cooking it up. So, yeah. Agree, disagree? Have you ever heard of Mamajuana other than Drink Champs? Because that's where I heard of it. Not gonna lie. You know, Drink Champs is where I heard of Mamajuana. So, and that's where I got this bottle. Like, let me try that. And I, you know, I did it okay. But I've done this bottle better. But yeah, try it out yourself. Try it out yourself. I would say go to the source, go to the Dominican Republic, or find a way to get it imported if you can. You know, and yeah, try it out. But yeah, that is this weekend special edition of Weekend Whiskey. You can't go wrong with any of these 3.